welcome everyone. My name is Carol Cassian and I'm a program coordinator here with Westlock District FCSS. Today with us is Emma Langevin, one of our own team members who is our FCSS youth coordinator. So to Emma, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be the FCSS youth coordinator.
Sure. So my name is Emma Langevin, and I started working with FCSS in November of 2020. And my role is a part-time community youth coordinator. So I've been here for a couple of months now. Prior to coming to FCSS, I worked with Catholic Social Services and Alberta Health Services for the past 4 years while I was going to school and completing my psychology degree. So now that I'm back in school again, taking my social work degree, I was looking for a part-time position. And so when this position came up, I was very excited and I jumped at the opportunity. So I'm happy to be here.
Wonderful. Well, it's been a pleasure having you with us for the last few months. And we're really excited about some of the upcoming youth activities that you have planned now that you've done a little bit of background research and things like that. And I'm just going to turn this right over to you. You have some programs that you'd like to talk about, so take it away.
Awesome. So the first one that we actually just launched last week is our youth isolation kits. So we got this idea from the town of Innisfail. They did winter activity kits for their youth. And the intention of these kits was to give youth something to do since, you know, we're in the middle of COVID restrictions and they may be bored and feeling a little bit isolated at home. So we put together these to-go kits for youth that are full of activities like dice and coloring pages, and along with resource information for 24/7 hotlines and some COVID self-care tips, just to try and remind youth that we are still thinking of them and trying to give them some healthy and fun things to do when they're at home, since they can't be out with their friends like normal. So we passed those out to grades 7 to 12 at RF Staples and St. Mary's School. And we had a lot of success with that, and that was a good opportunity for me to get to know the youth for the first time, since I haven't been able to get out there like I've been wanting to because of COVID. So that was kind of our first project to launch kind of our youth programs, and so I could introduce myself.
Well, that sounds really great. So based on the information that you've mentioned so far, we're looking, the programming that you're aiming at is youth grades 7 to 12 is the target age range, correct?
Yes, exactly. Ages 13 to 17, but really we can be inclusive in that too. So yeah, we've been aiming for junior high and high school students.
Okay. And at the same time, you mentioned distributing some of the isolation kits at RF Staples and at St. Mary's. How about the outlying communities? This also includes our friends at Eleanor Hall School, the kids in Clyde and north towards Pembina North and so on and so forth, correct?
Yes, so for the youth isolation kits, they were more geared towards older teenagers, just with some of the COVID self-care tips and stuff like that, and the particular activities that we included in the kits. So those kits were more so focused towards junior high and high school students for those. And then a few more projects that we have on the go are the Snow Angels program. So we had a lot of community members reach out to FCSS wondering if we had a volunteer snow clearing program offered through us. And so we decided to do our research and look at different communities who were offering a volunteer snow shoveling program. And so we decided to launch our own Snow Angels program in Westlock. So we've been working on how we're going to implement that. Our hope is that we're going to launch advertisements on our Facebook page and application forms on our website once those are all ready to go. And so our hope is that we're going to match volunteers with residents who are either seniors or who have a disability that prevents them from being able to do their own snow shoveling, and match them for the winter season so that the senior has someone reliable and predictable who can help them out with that. So that's another exciting thing that we're hoping to get launched at least for, you know, the last month of the winter to kind of see how it goes. And then next year we'll be ready to launch it as soon as winter starts. So that's another exciting one. And then the last big thing that we've been working on is a youth survey. So basically we put together a bunch of questions and put them into a Google survey And our hope with this survey is to disseminate it, hopefully through the schools, to grades 7 to 12 students, to get their feedback on what types of programs they'd like us to offer through FCSS. So we're asking questions like, what do you think are the biggest challenges that face youth in the community? Or what are some of the skills that you would like to learn? So that way, since we're starting fresh, since we get to start all these new youth programs, we'll get the opportunity to get that feedback and then let what the youth say inform what we launch in the future. So that'll kind of be the big catalyst that'll get us started on all the programming we're going to do in the future.
Okay, sounds really good. Well, I think it's going to be really exciting, and I know the hope is with the survey that getting the pulse of the youth in the community is going to be key to see how the program moves forward from here. And tell me a little bit about an organization called Youth Unlimited. There's also this Town of Westlock summer programs. Can you maybe explain a little bit of the difference between the FCSS youth program and those particular programs?
Yeah, so basically all the programs run through FCSS, we're focusing on prevention. So my programs aren't going to be focused so much on recreation, but rather it's going to be more focused on skill building and building connections within the community. So those programs may look like youth councils or mental health support groups or life skills learning. So yeah, that's kind of what sets us apart in the sense that we're not going to be, strictly recreational programs, but really focusing on that preventative work and promoting mental health and connections in the community.
That's great. I think it's important to also emphasize that as much as youth program or recreational programming and the fun for youth is important, skill building is also integral, and that's where your key direction is looking at as well. So thanks again, Emma, for participating, and we're hoping to build this into a monthly opportunity, and I'm sure if there's new programs coming up, we're going to get you in to talk about the new stuff that'll be happening. So thanks very much, and we'll stay tuned for the next broadcast.